Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Shokuho. Shokuho has been out for roughly around about a month now and I've been having an absolute blast with it. However, today I thought I'd go and give you guys a little bit of a list of some mods that you could think about adding to your next campaign to help improve your playthrough. Some of these mods are specifically designed for Shokuho, others are simply just compatibility patches which now actually work with the mod. Okay, so the first mod I want to show you guys today, and it is a legendary Bannerlord mod, but has recently received a compatibility patch to work alongside Shokuho, and that is Improved Garrisons. Improved Garrisons adds a whole wealth of new features to the game, giving you the options to manage, obviously, your garrisons, but not only that, it allows you to send out patrols to deal with bandits, send out guards, actually design your garrisons as well. I, for one, love that feature because it very a lot of the time you end up just with like these really poor militia-based garrisons, and you want them to be training, you want them to be leveling up, so it's almost like you're actually training a second army at home. If you have the money to do it, why not? And the best thing about it is save game compatible. So once you've got it installed and you've got the patch installed as well alongside it, all you have to do is come over to your keep and go and click Improved Garrison. It'll bring out this little image right here. And from here, you can do a whole wealth of different things. So first things first, you can see all of your different settlements and actually click on them as you go. So for example, we're currently dealing with this settlement, but if I wanted to go and take a look at Hino Castle instead, I could click it and boom, you can see it then changes the castle and then that we're doing the stuff associated with it. So let's go back to the city that we are currently in right now, and then we can take a look at recruitment. So here we can create a new recruiter. So this will be someone who goes out and actually recruits soldiers from your surrounding villages and cities and brings them back to the settlement to actually train in the garrison and build up. So for example, I can say I want this guy to go out and recruit 50 recruits right there. I can then choose the factions and the units I want him to then recruit. So for example, I wouldn't mind him going out and maybe recruiting a bunch of these guys. Or actually, no, these are the soldiers I'm just giving him right for his party so he doesn't get killed by bandits or enemy soldiers. So boom, I can do that and then tell him, and I can adjust stuff that he's doing. I can also tell him to follow a template as well. So this means he'll go out and basically only recruit the units that he has been assigned to do, and then I can come down to like creating a template here. I can add troops, and for example, I want the best infantry possible for them. So these guys right here. So the template will just be like, I don't know, like 50 of these guys, and then he'll go out and he'll look to recruit 50 of these guys. I can also adjust it here, which is really nice because again, the Bannerlord setup is not so great. I can also then save this template as well for future reference. I can call this the elite template, and then boom, he's going to basically go out and I can tell him he's currently recruiting. I'm not sure if there's an option to select which one, but I assume that means he is just going to be doing that. Yeah, he is just going to be going out there. I can also set up recruit from region as well, so he will just choose to recruit from here. I can then also set up training as well. So again, the stuff is going to train to BB's troops. I can also set up guards as well, so I can order patrols. I can create new patrol parties as well from my army. So again, I can give this guy a bunch of men and then order this to patrol, and then they'll basically go out. You can see this army. If we go out of this, you can see this army is now just going to be patrolling. So it's 130 men just protecting these lands, stopping bandits or enemy raids from happening. And again, you can make like 200-man parties, and that's enough to defeat like individual lords and stuff. Again, as I mentioned, we also have the garrisons as well, and we can transfer troops here quite easily without too much trouble. And you can also even just manage your settlements. And I'll tell you, the best thing about this feature right here is you can click display on your map. So when you leave a settlement, you have this here and you can just stick it to the side. So be like, oh, I'm all the way over here. I want to go and manage this settlement really quickly, or quickly try and adjust something. Boom, here you go. I'm managing on the fly. Like, how insanely cool is that? I think that's like one of my favorite features out of everything else. That is really, really cool that you can just manage it on the fly with a simple click. It doesn't take up lots of your screen. You can adjust stuff, and that's really, really awesome. That, and plus it being save game compatible, makes this a must install in your next campaign. So the next mod we'll take a look at is a very, very simple one. This is the Kamon of Japan mod. It just adds in additional banners. So if you're looking for something to design a little bit more fancier than the ones that they currently have. There's a handful of them right here, so you can design a better looking flag for yourself. Again, I think the mod does a great job of adding all these extra colors in as well, so you can really design the best looking flag that you have in mind. But yeah, just having some more banners is always nice, and again, just adding an extra bit of level to that immersion alongside the pre-existing ones that are further down here. Okay, so the next must-use mod that you just need to add to your next campaign is the cinematic combat mod. It goes so well with Shokuho, adding in that feel of you actually being a samurai, dueling and outplaying your opponents. So let's quickly jump into a tournament so I can show off some of the amazing things. So not only does this mod add in kill animations for when you take your opponent down. I'm going to whip out my blade and see if I can get locked into melee with this guy, if he's going to let me. These aren't the weapons that we will choose. So not only do you add in these really awesome master strokes where you have to basically block at the exact time to make this really cool animation fire. Sometimes like a percentage chance though. There you go, boom, right there, you can see it. Look how awesome that is. I'll try and do another one. These daggers aren't exactly the best for it. You can also dodge out the way of an enemy attack as well by pressing Alt. Or you can do that, boom, another animation right there. Again, the AI does all of this stuff as well, so it just adds in loads of extra depth. Okay, so let's just show this with a katana as well, because I think this is where it really shines, and you can get some very cool kill animations. So boom, this is not the best arena for it, but again, if you just block at the perfect time, you'll then get these really cool animations. Again, you can dodge out the way of a blade. The dodging is a little bit hard to do, and you'll bring him down. So you guys saw a couple of the animations. Now let's jump into a battle, and I can show you guys what it looks like on the actual battlefield. Okay, so this isn't exactly the best battlefield to show this off, but I mean, it does look absolutely beautiful. There's something about Shokuho that just never ceases to impress, right? I mean, yeah, just take a look at that. That is something else right there. Yeah, if we charge our infantry, and obviously we are heavily outnumbered, but if we charge everybody in, we should see charges, we should see animations flying out constantly. So speed things up for now, let them charging in. I mean, that looks so insane, doesn't it? So yeah, as the forces clash, you'll be able to see it. I guess it's kind of hard to actually pick people out because it does get pretty mustered up right here without like something like RBM that doesn't work with Shokuho, unfortunately. But you should see animations erupting throughout the battlefield. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world, because what you do is you come over here, you go to options, you go to cinematic combat, and you basically just find the match combat chance. You just stick it all the way up, so people just get stuck into battle. Kill moves as well. You want to see more kill moves? Boom, stick that up. You can basically adjust all of these just to make it so the stuff happens more or less depending on what you want, and it's really, really simple to do. So again, now we should see more kill animations firing across the battlefield. We should see more soldiers dueling it, doing 1v1s, and hopefully we can get an RBM patch for Shokuho, which I don't think we currently have. You just saw one right there, that kill animation, because again, the battlefields do feel a bit clustered, and soldiers, you can see that guy just getting murdered on the floor. Look at him. Yeah, brutal stuff, and that'll be happening throughout the battlefield. As I said, if we get an RBM patch, it'll be nice, because I think that's where this one really shines, because units are a bit standoffish right there. But yeah, you can kind of saw it again, but the Shokuho combat is very fast. But I think for you personally, as you're charging around and engaging the enemy forces, it's an absolute must. Okay, so the next mod I want to take a look at is the Fourberie mod. This has had a big update with the compatibility patch coming in and making it obviously work with Shokuho, and it's just a must. It's a must if you're looking to go down more like a ninja route rather than an honorable samurai, as Fourberie allows you to basically take a look at the underbelly of Japan, whether it goes through creating scams, fighting in pit fights, recruiting miners troops, and basically just building up your own criminal empire. So of course you have the pit fights. I think these actually currently crash at the moment because there's no scene for them, but hopefully the compatibility patch gets updated for them. But you basically end up fighting in pit fights and raising your honor that way. You can also obviously scam your to the people. Obviously this is a very low level thing in Fourberie. Generally by this point in the campaign, you can see I'm obviously got a pretty big empire. You're going to be doing much more interesting things than just this, and these are time gated. The more of these you do, the more you unlock, and it goes from like ambushing people in the streets to taking on caravans from rival lords and basically establishing yourself as the head of the current gang in a city, and obviously doing that across multiple will provide you with loads of bonuses. Not only that, but you also get access to the scheme room when you are, I believe this is when you are part of your kingdom, and this is obviously really cool. So you can do a bunch of very interesting stuff here. So you can ambush people, again, because I've reinstalled this on a save. It is save game compatible, but again, it needs stuff to actually be assigned to it. So you can assign a spy master. You can set up agents as well, so you can recruit spies, assassins, saboteurs to enlist in your army, which is very cool. And you can see right now I just assigned a bunch of troops, and now they're all going to actually be trained as certain things, which will help us out. You can also see grudge ledgers as well. So again, this makes Japan feel much more alive. When people wrong you, it's going to come up here, and vice versa. And the great thing about Fourberie as well is that the AI also utilizes it as well. So if you go around executing people, the clans you execute from, their relatives will try and get back at you. They will try and do their own schemes to assassinate you and assassinate your family members and other things along those lines, which again is really cool. You can also select clans as well. I don't know why none are showing up, maybe because we're not at war, or again, we can't, maybe it's just because none of them are there right now. Here, sorry, I needed to select a faction. So yeah, boom, I can go and select some victims right here to basically go and see some more stuff. And then I can select a scheme, so I can try and scandal, I can try and poison his army, try and murder him with an assassin. Again, it's not very good success chance because I haven't got any assassins right now, but you can basically set up these schemes and attempt to try and do it. Again, we need assassins right now. You can also, I believe, add in some more bonuses. You can see the grudge penalty as well, so if we try and do this, what it's going to kind of come up like and what's going to happen. You can also see certain contracts as well. Do you want to receive contract proposals? So again, people will ask me to achieve stuff, so you can just see like how interesting this becomes, and all of a sudden there's a completely different play style to vanilla Bannerlord right here. And again, you can do, I think it's multiple schemes within one kingdom and really try and cause them some issues with different stuff. Again, you unlock these as well when you're not at war. You can bribe them as well, which is pretty interesting, and again, that has a higher success chance than say other things. You can improve better spy masters and look at your agents who are obviously all training right now. There's just a lot to do, and this is just the tip of the iceberg with Fourberie. You can also go to the tavern and heal your wounds. You can reveal fortunes from a fortune teller who will hopefully give you some bonuses. You can also recruit from minor factions, and there's a ton. As I said, there's a ton. I think one of the more interesting things is definitely this right here, the gang leader jobs. As you progress through it, you're going to unlock more and more stuff, which is very cool. And finally, the last mod I wanted to show off to you guys is a very simple one. This is just this siege loadout mod, and basically what it does is it gives you a siege loadout. So when you go into sieges, I don't necessarily want to be on my horse. I don't want to have a certain weapon. I want to be more range focused, and this mod just lets you do that by a simple click of a button. You'll come over to this screen and you'll be able to set your equipment. Now, this is a little bit punishing in the early game when you don't have the best equipment and you don't have two versions of the best equipment, because that's what you're going to need. But as soon as you get going in the campaign, there's absolutely no issue whatsoever, and you can set yourself up with two very good sets of equipment, which will basically go and deal with two separate environments that you're going to be fighting. So it's a really cool one. It's very small, easy, lightweight. I believe every mod I've shown off today as well is also all save game compatible as well, so feel free to add them in. I'll leave a link to all of them down below in the description if you guys want to check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.